Hello everyone. Today let's look at the Indian startup scene. So here is an interesting thing that I found. The first unicorn of India had started with the order of just 5,000 rupees when they received the first order, and within 4 or 5 years they were having a valuation of $1 billion in 2011. So would request if you could guess this company. So this is InMobi. This was the first unicorn that was declared in 2011. So let's look at other unicorns and how they have fared and what is the present situation of the Indian startups. So if you see, in 2011 it was InMobi, then in 2012 it was Flipkart, then in 13 it was Mu Sigma, in 14 it was Snapdeal, then 2015 it was Ola Cabs, Paytm, Quicker, Zomato, and so on. So here you can see how gradually the unicorn number has increased. And if you see for last maybe for around 15 years, how this graph has gone up from 1 in 11, 12, 13, 14 to 44 into 2021 and 2022. So this was the high peak of the unicorns in India in recent past years. And then we have seen a decline, especially for last 3 years. Okay, so here the number of unicorns that were declared are very less compared to the earlier, you can say earlier 5 years here. So why is this reason, and how the valuations are? Let's look at into this. So first thing is, if you see, the overall funding has hit to like 8 years low of 10.5 billion, and it had reached to around 32 billion in 2021. So here you can see there is clear dip in the inflow of the money that is coming in from the FIs also, and also from rest of the investors. So at present it's at 10.5 for last year. Then also if you see, if you compare it with the global average, so global average was around this line of minus 27%. So globally also there is decline into pre-unicorn funding that has been less like it is reduced to 27%. But for India, it has reduced by 32%. So it has even like it has hit even more for India. So if you see at this example, like it is a very difficult task at present to get high valuations. So uh, it is very difficult in this present situations to get money from any people at present. This is what we can see, especially for the Indian startups. Then, if you see, the participation, active participation has also gone down. So it was around 1,862, and at present, last year it was just 834 main participants. Also, if you see, Bangalore was the, like you know that Bangalore is the main hub for all the startups, but it is also losing its share to Delhi and Mumbai. So here one thing is happening is not just Delhi, Mumbai, but also rest of the metros are gaining this valuations, or startups are coming from these areas also. So there are two factors over here, not just Bangalore's decline into valuations, but also there is rise into other cities. And this has been the 32% decrease in overall valuations. Okay. So here we have seen like 68% decrease in the international participation compared to 2021. Now, the reason for this is basically, if you see, fewer funding rounds are there. Earlier, the funding rounds were many. Then, whenever there are fewer funding rounds, the competition is high, and also the scarcity of the international investors. And then that is why the sharp contraction in unicorn creation. So, this has been main effect for this uh, less valuations which we are seeing in Indian startups. Also, if you see, one important thing is new entrants or the new investors, the first time investors. If you see in 2021, there were around 51% new first time investors, but in 2025 this number is just 17%. So this has also played significant role, that new entrants are not coming, so the valuations have also not reached, like, companies have not got high valuations. Now there is this reality that, uh, if you see, there is a capital reality wherein we can see 50% reduction in the investor pool funding. So the uh, main game at present, you can say is, relationship is the most important thing that is leading to the valuations. It's not just that if you have relationship, a good relationship with the investors, they'll uh, pitch in money, but that has been one important thing. Also, the valuation reality. Earlier, the valuation was more driven by growth, or there was this buzzword like growth at all cost. So any cost was given, anything, like, growth was focused, cost was secondary. But now, growth at sustainable cost is what uh, the investors are looking at, and that's why this deep freeze, we can say, at present in the overall valuations which we see in the startup. So hope this has given you some insight into how Indian startup is at present.